Hello, this is Great Man for Good Man Radio Show on this Monday. It's a gorgeous Monday right now. Wasn't earlier this morning. It was pouring down rain and everything here in Greenville, South Carolina. I hope everybody's having a great Monday. Hope everybody had a great weekend over the weekend. A lot of people without fishing, what I could tell here, out in boats and stuff since they opened up the boat ramps. And some parts of the upstate, and mostly in South Carolina around the areas. Now he's talking about opening up more stuff here. These beaches and stuff. A lot of ups and downs on this thing. People ain't going to do social distancing. I got to think about the flea markets here. There's no social distance in a flea market. It's going to be so packed you can't move around in a flea market. There's no way. Somebody needs to think about this stuff a lot more clearly and everything. Trying to move around. If he opens flea markets back up, that's the biggest problem right there. And then down in the beaches and everywhere else, even in stores, it's hard. I mean, even if you count how many people goes in there, people ain't gonna want to stand in line too long. It's gonna get irritating. I understand. I know that because I'm only wanting maybe one or two things out of the store. I ain't gonna want to stand in line for it. Some things, you just like, okay, do I not? A lot of things you don't really know which way things are going to go and everything. You never know, and everything. And now the wrestling thing's got a kind of funny too. It's been funny watching all the comments on that and all the different things that he had to change on wrestling now. And they had to. One thing they had to, keep from doing it live now there, and companies like NBC, Universal, and another channel, I don't know who they own, maybe Fox, said they can't do it anymore live. They have to record now. Something about, I don't know what the deal was with them. Sometimes they have a contract with them, and they only do so much they can do. But I don't know. This thing that's going to be interesting. Let's see what he does today. The governor here, I think they're making a wrong decision right now, too early. The numbers keep going up. They keep finding more stuff. There's nothing changing. It keeps going up every day. And there's some places, I have found out, I was reading from this morning, that part of New York City Police Department has got it. And, it don't matter where you go and what it's doing, it's still going to spread. It's still going to, people don't even know who got it. That's the problem. I've read where somebody didn't even know they had it and then they got sick and they ain't even been around nobody. It could come off of something you get out of the mailbox. It could come anywhere. You never know where it might come off of. People delivering your, packages at home. People ain't thinking things straight. But, sometimes you want to get out of the house and do things and you can't help but get out anyway. But it's like we went to get the Chick-fil-A this morning. The people in there had masks on and everything and gloves and hand your food on a tray. So everything's like, okay. That's the way the things are going. They're doing the same thing at Burger King. They had it on a tray to you too. That's all how they do things. And now Walmart's now going to all masks and stuff in there. I've heard and seen employees do. I don't know how some of them are coping with it. It's hard enough to have something over your face because me with asthma, it's hard to breathe anyway. And if you got that already in place, it makes it even worse. But well, the sun come out and went behind clouds again. At least the rain's over with right for the day. But it's supposed to be warmer in the 70s again. Oh yeah, I watched Behind Be. You see if I can say the movie Bohemian Rhapsody about Freddie Mercury and the Queen. Well, yesterday it was pretty good. You learned some things you already knew and some things you didn't know. It's like watching what I watched last night. I watched Reels. It's on the Reels channel on DirecTV about breaking of the bands. I was watching a thing on Van Halen last night before I watched this morning. I watched the Kiss one, and you learned more about the band and how they broke up and what happened. It's kind of wow. It's kind of cool. They even talking to the original, member of that band, and but in the videos, it's not the original people playing each other. They got someone else doing it, but they actually have the actual members there talking to them about what happened. That Kiss, man, that band has some issues. Didn't know about them, didn't even know, that certain things happen, and then they end up back this way. And Peter Criss disappeared for a while, and then they hired Eric Carr for a short time, and then he passed away. And then they started all this Kiss things, and I went to one of those Kiss conventions down in Atlanta with a friend of mine when I was working at Ingalls at that time, and it was pretty cool. I have the actual pamphlet from that show, and on the back of it has Eric Carr in memory of him on the back of it. Still got my ticket and everything from that. I always look at it when I'm flipping through things when I'm in there. Of all the different things I have done and went to. I'll never forget that. It was the most coolest thing ever. I must have had more money back then, but when I was working, but it's kind of like, trying not to spend too much money, be broke back then. But I still listen to some of the Kiss songs and stuff here and there. I love off the Dynasty album. I used to have a Kiss 8-track when I was somebody on the cover of it said going to Nashville. I don't know what Kiss 8-track that was. I used to have it. I had the Dynasty album cassette. I remember I had the Kiss, whatever they did, that MTV Unplugged, watched it. And then my friend of mine I got a cassette from him that one time had the Phantom of the Opera, the Phantom of the Park one, Kiss one. It's kind of cool to watch that one. But I ain't never done that one in a while. I don't even have a copy of any of that stuff anymore. I have some of the songs where I got them off of stuff here and there and listened to. I Was Made for Loving You by Kiss is a pretty good one. I like the music jamming. And then Detroit Rock City's been making a big comeback in a lot of movies and stuff like Mall Cop, Paul Blart, the Mall Cop. And they got Kiss songs that are going to be always around. Never failed anyway. There's some good ones. All Rock and Roll All Night is a good one. Now they're out touring for the last time and probably going to retire finally. If they ever finish the Kiss tour. I don't even know if they ever finished it. There's some groups that's hung in there and ain't never broke up and have the original band is New Kids on the Block and Rolling Stones and some of the other major groups still around. You got to think about that. Some of them still going with the original people. Don't ever replace nobody else in the middle like Kiss did. And now they have different band members, and Ace Frehley's no longer with them. And all it is Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, the original members of Kiss. And it's hard to really actually, play some of the things that other people did. Eric Carr made himself look like a wolf, and instead of what Peter Criss had, the cat and everything. I met Ace Frehley up face to face. Didn't really say hey to him. Kind of shook my head to him. And I was at the Kiss convention. He walked right by me. Boss standing there. I'll never forget that day. That's another thing about that Kiss convention. I wish we had cameras on our phone. I would take a picture that day. But we didn't have that technology at the time. And everything. and everything. I'm sitting back here just enjoying the show and everything. Trying to do a good show. I know everybody's live and what you're doing, let's see what we want to do here. Let's do this one. We ain't played this in a while. Let's do this song. This is Walking Wounded by Frankie Love.
She used to be a lady on a pedestal, now she's walking down an alley and she can't breathe. No one seems to care, no one wants to bear the burden of hand in the hand on the streets. 3 babies she gave her life and now they fight the human condition. Can we ever get it right? Masculine and feminine energies reminiscing in a spin of silly wise. Cause we're living in a world where everyone's one, but everyone wants to run away. We're living in a world where everyone's two, but everyone wants to do it the way we are. We are, we are, we are, we are all walking wounded, walking wounded. He used to have friends in his past life, but his wife took him for a trip in the limelight. Took his innocence, passion, threw it all away. Stabbed him in the heart, left him in the dark. 5 years he gave his life and now he's scared. Broke everyone off, angry and despair. The hurt that this lady caused, why would another wanna give another so many scars? Cause we're living in a world where everyone's one, but everyone wants to run away. We're living in a world where everyone's two, but everyone wants to do it the way we are. We are, we are, we are walking wounded. It's okay, it's alright. We find truth in the night. Cause we're living in a world where everyone's one, but everyone wants to run away. We're living in a world where everyone's two, but everyone wants to do it the way we are. We are, we are, we are, we are all walking wounded. We are walking wounded. It's okay, it's alright.
This is William Walker at the Sit and Sleep at Walker's Furniture and Mattress on the 123 bypass in Easley. We're having a blowout sale for 2020. Lift recliners drastically reduced, only $5.94. That's at the Sit and Sleep at Walker's on the 123 bypass in Easley, where we have easy, low monthly payments, up to 12 months interest-free, or no credit needed. So what are you waiting for?
And my papa puts on a sale, he puts on a sale.
All right, this is Great Man for Great Man Radio Show. I try not to get into all this politics stuff, but it's just hard. People ain't thinking very clearly. The social distancing, you can't hardly, some places you can't put that in place. You try to, but it's not going to work. People ain't going to listen to you, what you're wanting. And plus, there's something that some of them, I noticed down in Charleston, down in the lower part of the state, some of them are not wanting to open up their beaches, pathways. On the coast, they don't want to open it up because we're still going up in numbers. And we're not, the testing's not getting, and everybody's still going up, and they just keep saying there's a slowing peak coming, but I don't see it even coming soon. If we're going to be doing this too early, and it's going to mess up everything. Everybody's going to be right back where we were and having to close everything down again. Because the numbers are going to just be spiking and everything. He's not reading the numbers right or something. The governor's been kind of slow down here anyway. Everybody's talking about how slow he is on everything. And now we ain't even done this for not even long enough to really get the full results of it. It's like, okay, let's try to do what everybody wants, let's push everybody. I know everybody's pushing and pushing, but you can't push too hard. If you rush things, you rush it, it gets worse. It don't get no better. You're rushing too much. I don't know. It's just crazy. It's like having a special, weird. I don't remember ever seeing this episode, but I don't think it ever. Well, I know they run in a lot of these things that are ahead of time. When they recorded these a long time ago before all this shutdown stuff happened. And the Price is Right and the social distancing down in California. Now they got kids on there with their parents. The kids are playing Price is Right. Kid Week. I don't know. It's just a lot going on with all this, and we'll find out more today at 4 o'clock probably, and 4:30, 4 o'clock. I don't know when he'll do it. The governor here, he's always late coming on the television anyway. Now he's got something called going on in the background with the president and whoever else. All the other governors in states. Some of the governors in other states don't want to do nothing because they're kind of scared. I don't blame them. You never really know. You're going to be pushing too much, and then we're back where we were. Then you open up the gates, and everybody's going to want to go. Moving around, too many people here and there. And when you have people come from other states, it's going to spread this stuff, and it's going to be bad. I know you want to push things, but think about it. Just think about it, people. I can't preach that enough. And I don't know how many people are listening to this show and everything I do. I try to do the best good show about everything going on in the world. This one really, and they're always asking these things, do you want to believe the governor is going to open this up? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Everybody is thinking it's a bad thing. And what I'm mostly reading and mostly what everybody's agreeing on. The only problem is we wait and see what happens. Just interesting. Somebody won $500 on here got the right thing on there. I don't know. We'll find out whenever the governor comes on and speaks later on here in the South Carolina governor, Masters. I don't see other governors anywhere else jumping on hurry up and push things open. It's up north around New York, New Jersey, and all them up there. But I think they need to think that over too, because they've it's like it's really ramping up again. It's taking out half of their police force in the city of New York, and that's pretty bad. But I was leading some of the things that here down, most of the beaches don't want to open up here. The bad part is open up the boat ramps, but I saw people fishing off on the side of the docks in some places. I don't know. I don't know which way this is going to go. Everything's going to happen on Tuesday if he decides, and if he does open up everything, and pretty much our stay at home is going to go out the window. I think, never mentioned it. what I've been reading. We'll have to find out how it goes and everything. And I want to end up getting out of here before I get a little overboard. I just, let everybody know everything that's going on around here. And I have a Tuesday show. I'm doing these show live now, and then they go back and hear me later. Whenever it records. This makes it faster and easier for me and everything. And I'm going to be watching The Neighborhood later on today. That records. Let's see, what else? I watched the Hallmark movie yesterday. I don't even remember what the name was with my wife. I'm watching some of that. I watched the iRacing. That was the most funnest thing, watching that iRace from Richmond. That was the funniest. Laughing at them. And Kevin Harvick eating lunch in the middle of him sitting in the pits. You ain't going to get his car fixed. And if they reckon how damage on that car, it takes forever for the car to get fixed. It's crazy. And everything. Jeff Gordon and them announcing it. And when number 14, Clinton Bauer, went out, he had to come in. He thought he was going to do commentary and stuff. It's going to be fun. Yeah. Who knows? Oh, I don't know what else to do. I'm just sitting here. Like I said, I'm going to end up jumping out of here. I'm going to let the Greg Morton take me out of here. Where is he? I got to find him. All right, this is Greg Man for Greg Man. She'll be back on Tuesday. I hope everybody enjoyed that show because I don't even know where I was going with it today. I just ran going crazy with it. But one thing you just head back and you have to try to think about things. And I got something new is going to come. I hope whenever it comes, it helps me out to do more better shows. I know I've done over 200 something episodes, and I hope to reach 300 plus and make it 2 years in January of next year. And I hope to be on another cruise maybe next year. I don't know. We're going to find out on that one if we ever decide to. Everything gets back to normal whenever we decide to get back to normal. But don't rush to get back to normal here. Rushing things could cause more catastrophe and spread this stuff wildfire. This is what's going to happen. All right, this is Great Man for Great Man Radio Show. Peace. I'm out.